Hello guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it and that it's to your liking. Now, without further ado, get comfortable and let's start. Like all beings in this world, kings, angels, gods, and mortals, they all fear a superior being. All of us can be betrayed by someone. However, when the betrayal is from someone close to us is when it hurts the most. And even the most quiet may have a desire to kill. Everything would start after Goku and Vegeta returned from defeating Black Goku. In the future of Trunks, everything was calm. Goku opened a portal to train with Whis. However, on planet Earth, all those who claimed to be friends of Goku would be thinking of ways of how to get rid of him. Bulma would say,
I can't stand Goku anymore. Because of him, Trunks' future was erased by Zeno-sama.
To which Krillin would say,
Since Goku arrived on Earth, every time a villain appears, I die. I hope one day he will die and be left with no one.
To which Gohan would also get into the conversation saying,
I know he's my father, however, he was never there when I needed him most. What matters most to him is his stupid training.
To which everyone decided to finish off Son Goku. However, in the Palace of Everything, Daishinkin would be wondering,
Mr. Goku, how can a Saiyan have so much power? Is he the Super Saiyan legendary god?
Out of his thoughts, he would say,
I'll wait a while longer. I'll let Goku's friends betray him, and I'll give a little more power to those Saiyans. If Goku manages to defeat them, my doubts will be resolved.
To which Daishinkin would begin with his evil plan. On the other hand, on Beerus's planet, Goku would continue training, to which Whis would say,
Mr. Goku, you have progressed a lot in this time. I feel that you are already at 100% of Beerus's power, and you could even defeat him if you use the Kaioken.
Goku, happy with his results, would return to planet Earth. Since he felt all the keys of his friends gathered, Goku would arrive at Capsule Cores, greeting them with his typical smile. However, no one answered him, to which Goku would say again,
Hello, friends. Is something bad happening? A new villain appeared?
To which an irritated Bulma would tell him,
No, Goku, the only villain here is you. Go away. I wish you had never been born.
And she would slap him. Bulma would have hit Goku before, but this one was different. He felt all the hatred and resentment that she had. Milk would say,
You were never a good husband to her, so die.
To which she would say,
Children, kill Goku.
Gohan and Goten would go to Super Saiyan Blue, leaving Goku amazed that he felt an immense power coming out of them, to which he felt an even greater power, being nothing more than Vegeta. All the other warriors were low on power, however they charged forward. Goku would go to Super Saiyan Blue maximum power since he knew that his friends wanted to kill him. Goku would begin to exchange blows with Vegeta. However, from behind, Gohan and Goten would launch a powerful Kamehameha that would distract Goku, to which Vegeta took advantage of the distraction by throwing a strong blow that would make Goku fall to the ground very injured. On the other hand, the angel Margarita from Universe 11 would be observing everything that happened. Since Son Goku would have interested her a lot, she would be a little surprised to witness how those who called themselves friends of the Saiyan would be about to kill him. Going back to Goku and his former friends, he would say, What have I done to deserve this? Did I do something wrong? To which Vegeta angrily would say,
The only bad thing you did was be born. Now say goodbye to this world.
To which he would launch his greatest attack that would finish off his friend, who doesn't have enough power to return it or do something. However, before dying, Goku would say,
I will return for each one of you, and I will kill you. Damn.
Everyone would celebrate that victory, but what they did not know was that for them, it was the beginning of the end. The angel Margarita, upon witnessing the death of Son Goku, would say,
So one cannot trust even their loved ones.
To which the angel Margarita would remember that the great priest would have informed of a tournament of power, to which she would come up with an idea. Margarita would go to the other world because she's an angel, she could do it without any problem. She found the soul of Goku that would be a little disconcerted. Margarita would say,
Son Goku.
Goku would return to see her with eyes that did not express the slightest feeling for her. Margarita would say,
I am the angel Margarita from Universe 11. I just saw everything that happened on planet Earth, and I come to offer you a new beginning. What do you say? Would you accept being a part of our universe?
to which Goku would say,
You really want this monster in your universe? Everywhere I go, I end up destroying it.
Margarita would deny everything said by the Saiyan, saying,
You are the noblest and bravest being I've ever met. Come to my universe and become much more powerful.
Goku would accept, to which the angel Margarita would bring him back to life, omitting much of her memories. Goku and Margarita would arrive at Vermont's planet, to which Goku would formally introduce himself, since at the time he revived, Margarita gave him all the knowledge about the universes and the king of everything. To which Vermont would say,
Margarita, who in the hell is this guy?
to which she would say,
This is the most talented mortal in all the universes, and will be able to surpass Jiren.
to which Vermont would laugh, saying,
That's impossible! Not even to start a great battle. Two warriors who surpass the gods would be about to face each other.
to which Goku, with a serious look, would say,
So, you are the most powerful mortal of all the universes? Well, I think that's changed from now on.
Meanwhile, Jiren confidently would tell her,
Do not believe the big-haired Saiyan. I have crushed thousands of your race.
where both would begin to exchange blows that would make everything around them rumble. Meanwhile, in the palace of the king of everything, Daishinken was thinking about how to be the ruler of all. To which he would say,
If I really want to be the ruler of everything, I must also have the power from home to family, of the demons of the Forbidden Family.
returning to the battlefield, no one would have given a precise blow. However, Goku would tell him,
For the warm-up, that was good. However, now you will see the power of a true Saiyan!
Goku would move on to the perfect Ultra Instinct, where he would start slaughtering Jiren. Toppo would be shocked as he had never seen someone beat Jiren up like that. After a few moments in which Jiren was brutally beaten, he would get up and raise all his power, where he would start again with a great battle that would make the entire Universe 11 rumble. On the other hand, in Universe 7, Beerus and Whis would be talking about the sudden change that Goku's friends would have had, where Whis would begin to investigate, not reaching any conclusion. Meanwhile, with the fight between these two great warriors, it would be at its best, where Jiren would furiously say,
Damn, since you have so much power, what the hell are you? You're not a normal Saiyan.
where Goku, with a face cold and without any expression, would say,
I am the mortal who rises above everything, and you will be my shadow.
There, Goku, with a powerful Kamehameha, would leave him out of combat. Vermont would be surprised as Son Goku was able to defeat Jiren. The angel Margarita, who was the most powerful of all her brothers, would know that Son Goku was someone special and would begin to investigate. Meanwhile, the great priest felt that monstrous power because the Kamehameha exceeded the power of Margarita's barrier, where he would say,
Son Goku is alive, and apparently he's in a Universe 11.
Daishinken would open a portal quickly reaching Universe 11, where he would talk to Margarita about Son Goku. After the conversation, he would return. However, Margarita had noticed bad intentions in her father, to which she would continue training Goku. Margarita later could not continue with this intrigue and gathered the Super Dragon Balls, asking the god Zeno-sama about Son Goku, in which he trembling would say,
Perhaps it is the legendary Golden Saiyan, the one who from the lowest mortal territory reaches the territory highest, surpassing all king. That subject will be the savior of this megaverse. However, before the High Priest Daishinken awakens his true power, he wants to devour all his power.
Margarita would be shocked by what she heard. At that, the god Zeno-sama would end up telling her,
Only you can save this megaverse, or see it plunged into annihilation.
the spheres would disappear, in which she would return to Universe 11. Sometime later, Goku would have already raised his power, surpassing Margarita. However, he was still below the Great Priest. Observing that Son Goku would be raising his power so disproportionately, he would say,
It would be better for me to absorb that damn Saiyan's power before it becomes a nuisance.
Daishinkan would arrive where Goku and Margarita were training, and without warning, would open 3 strong blows to vital points, leaving Goku on the verge of death. Margarita knew the intention of the Great Priest, and with a quick movement would send Goku to a dimension where she would say,
No one has managed to get out of that dimension, but I know that you, Goku, will find a way to do it and save this entire multiverse.
Goku would enter said portal, and annoyed Daishinkan would tell her,
No! What have you done, stupid? The trigger of my power is gone!
where Daishinkan would send the angel Margarita to a dimension where she could not get out. Returning with Son Goku, he would be wandering through different dimensions of the universes, and from one moment to another, he would suddenly fall into a place where gravity was millions of times more than he was used to. However, a beautiful woman would appear on stage, seeing the Saiyan in those deplorable conditions, and she would say,
He's a mere mortal. I shouldn't be interested.
She would charge an attack where Goku, with the few forces he had left, would dodge her and say,
I don't care. It doesn't matter if you're a woman. I won't forgive you for trying to kill me when I was defenseless.
where he would go to the imperfect Ultra Instinct, since his power was too worn out to use his full power. Both would begin to exchange blows, and in the middle of the fight, Goku remembered what his teacher Margarita had said.
Goku, the transformation of Super Saiyan God, is the most powerful state you can have, since it gives you unlimited ki and regenerates your wounds little by little. If you get to Dominator, you could be an almost immortal being.
Goku would return to the Super Saiyan God, where that goddess would say,
Her ki became much smaller. What are you planning to do?
They would continue with the battle, where Goku would only try to dodge and cover himself from the attacks until he regained his power, where at a certain point, he would say,
I'm ready. You will pay dearly for not having killed me when you could!
Goku would go on to the Ultra Instinct.
Goku would have passed to the maximum power egoistic doctrine and would have taken that goddess with low guard, giving her a powerful blow that would make her crash on the ground, to which she would come out without any scratch and say,
So, the Saiyans have evolved a lot since the last time I saw them. Or maybe not.
Only this Saiyan is the exception. He has an amazing hidden power. However, this would raise his power to 45%, and with a few strikes it would leave him lying on the ground. Then, this would heal all his wounds. After a time, he would wake up very disturbed.
What the hell are you doing here? Why are you helping me? Did you not want to kill me?
In what that goddess with a smile would say.
I am a goddess. Well, I'm half a goddess, half demon. My name is Nian, and I was banished here millions of years ago by Daishinkan. I apologize for trying to kill you.
Goku, hearing that girl's words were sincere, this he would accept, and he would begin to tell her everything he knew, in which Nian would say,
If Daishinkan wants something from you, you are special.
And she would also say,
Millions of years ago, I heard the legend of a legendary Saiyan. I don't know what he is like or if he will be real. And if it becomes real, you are the only one who could reach such a level.
To which Goku would be surprised, since he didn't know he was a legend. Coming back out of the dimension, Daishinkan would be looking for a way to try to enter this dimension, where he would say,
It is impossible. No one would be able to leave that place. On the other hand, the Universe 11 would have disappeared from existence itself.
Returning to the empty dimension, Goku and Nian would have been training to break their limits, although the most outstanding was Saiyan Son Goku. After a time of training, Nian would tell him,
I want us to have a combat again, to see how much you've progressed.
To which Goku would accept, where both would start with a combat, to which Goku would pass to the Ultra Instinct maximum power, and with that power would make the goddess Nian use 70% of all her power, and that was a bestiality, since Nian would be very close to the level of the Great Priest, and this could be sealed thanks to Zeno-sama. they would continue to exchange blows for a few minutes more. However, Nyan would say,
Stop! It's correct you have improved. A lot. However, you still have a lack of power, and even I also have a lack of power. We are both still not able to break the seal of this dimension and be able to escape.
After a time, Goku would have a dream in which the goddess Nyan and Daisy were brutally killed by Daishin-kan. Goku would begin to raise his power in an amazing way and got into a new transformation, which surpassed the power of Nyan with ease. Would make the dimension itself shake with such immense power. Goku would open his eyes where these were purple, as well as all his hair, leaving the goddess Nyan surprised by his new appearance, which intimidated any warrior. A little nervous, Nyan would tell him,
Goku, please, calm down. You are altering all dimensions.
However, from one moment to another, he would fall unconscious. His body would not support all that immense power. The goddess Nyan would take the Saiyan to a bed so that he could recover. After a time, Goku would gain knowledge.
What just happened? I don't remember anything.
Where the goddess Nyan would begin to tell him everything that happened. Surprised, Goku would tell her,
Did I really reach a new transformation? And in this phase, I'm even more powerful than Daishin-kan himself?
Where the goddess Nyan would affirm everything said by the Saiyan. Coming back out of the dimension of the void, with Daishin-kan, he was thinking how to unleash his revolution, where he would say,
If I absorb the Saiyan of Universe 7, Vegeta, my power, it would increase. However, I don't think it's enough for those damned.
On the other part on planet Earth, Saiyan Vegeta was found. He knew that something was not right. He started training in the time room to try to increase more of his power. Meanwhile, on Bill's planet, Bills would keep thinking about such an event, where he would call on Whis saying, Whis, something doesn't fit me. Goku's friends would never have betrayed him. Something happened. And also, Vegeta, I would not have the power to defeat him. To Whis would say,
I totally agree with you, Bill-sama. Something is not right.
However, in a very faraway place in the universe, there was a goddess called Toa, who would say,
Yes, my perception, it doesn't fail me. I'm sure that the key I felt a time ago is the key of the legendary God Saiyan. So, after so long, you really reincarnated, you damn Saiyan?
However, it would return to observe a capsule saying to itself,
You will be my victory card.
Returning to the dimension of the void, Goku and Nyan were training, and they would be getting stronger, to which Goku would say,
Nyan, I can't achieve that transformation.
However, Nyan would tell him,
I really don't know what happened to you. You only got filled with an immense anger. So try to remember that moment and try to reach this transformation.
Where Goku would begin to raise his power in an amazing way. That's right. Goku, due to an increase in all his wrath. With that, he can achieve and have an even better transformation, where he would name it the Super Saiyan Phase 3 Purple. The power that he gave off was terrifying. After a few months, he could access said transformation at will. However, he didn't use it so much, because the waste of energy was brutal. Going back to the Kingdom of All, Daishin-kan was desperate, since he couldn't support receiving orders from the damned dwarf of Zeno-sama, where he would start with his evil plan, absorbing the most powerful warriors of all universes. Warriors were included such as Jiren, Hit, Vegeta, among other beings of great power. Daishin-kan was prepared to face the great Zeno-sama. However, he would say,
No, I should train a little more, since the dwarf is always accompanied by his two guardians.
They will be worthy rivals. Daishin-kan, with all his new power, would create a dimension where he would begin to train. Coming back with Goku and the goddess Nyan, they would be having a bad feeling of all of this, where Goku would tell her,
I don't know why I feel that everything is about to come to total annihilation.
However, Nyan would tell him,
I don't know why I feel so anguished. Apparently, out of this dimension, something terrible is about to happen.
Where Goku, with a cold eye, would say,
We must become much more powerful, as fast as possible, to be able to break this damn seal and go help our friends.
It should be clarified that Goku would only pass transformed into the purple Super Saiyan to control better the waste of energy. After a time, Daishin-kan felt prepared to face the king of all and his guardians. From a moment to another, he sent one of his guardians to fly, where the other put quickly in a combat pose and would say,
What is happening to you, Dai? Did you hit your head or something?
Where Daishin-kan, with anger, would say,
No, damn wars. I just realized the stupid king of everything is a child who doesn't know how to control the universes. So from now on, I will be the one who dominates them.
For a moment to another, a great battle started, in which it seemed equal and both gave some good beats. However, from one moment to another, the other guardian would arrive, giving them a little advantage. Zeno-sama would say,
Stop everything, because fighting in this place is not recommended. Because if there was a powerful rumble, the four knights of the underworld could awaken from their long sleep, and neither you nor I united could face them in any way.
Where Daishin-kan, confident of his power, would say,
I never knew that there were subjects like this, but if these subjects appear, I will exterminate them with all my power.
Where Zeno-sama, with the help of his immense power, he could create a dimension where the battle would continue. After a few moments, Daishin-kan would begin to take the advantage, where Zeno-sama would say to his guardians telepathically,
Give Daishin-kan a good hit that sends him flying hundreds of meters, and at that moment merge with me, only so we will be able to defeat him.
Where, with an amazing coordination, they would send Daishin-kan flying, where these proceeded to merge with Zeno-sama. A great light illuminated the place, where a new subject would come out, which would leave Daishin-kan amazed due to the energy that it would give off, where Daishin-kan would ask,
Who the hell are you?
He would say, I am the true king of all. Now I am with all my power to the maximum. The Guardians are not more than parts of my power. But if the three of us unite from the true king of all, 25% to each of my Guardians and 50% I keep. Without prior notice, this began to give him a shraplet of blows, and they began to exchange blows. However, Zeno-sama started to give some very good blows to Daishin-kan, and he would already be very hurt. Nevertheless, with a laughter, he would say,
Your power is really supreme. Now you have to call yourself king of all. If I had not trained, now I would be trembling with fear. However, your power and mine are similar.
Daishin-kan would raise his power in an amazing way, where said dimension cannot support so much power, destroying planets and galaxies. Zeno-sama would be amazed. However, Daishin-kan at 100% of his power gave him a strong hit that would send him to fly. On the other part, all the gods of destruction felt their universes were being destroyed little by little, where Bills, being the most powerful god of the 12, would summon all the gods, saying to them, "A few months ago, the great priest has behaved in a strange way, and we, the gods, would be amazed. At this moment, Zeno-sama and Daishin-kan are fighting, and if we do not do anything to help Zeno-sama, we will be the next on his list."
That's right, brothers and gods. However, Mr. Bills has an idea, which is that all gods and angels merge around 48 hours.
Where everyone would be doubting to do it, because facing the great priest is like choosing death. While in a very faraway place, the Toa demon would say,
"Everything is going just as I planned it. Daishin-kan and Zeno-sama will die, freeing the 4 knights from the underworld. Finally, I will see you again, Father."
Returning with Goku and Yan, they would continue training, and even within that dimension, some surprising key would arrive, to which Nyan would say,
"Damn, the prophecy is being fulfilled. The Supreme Angel and the King of All would start a great war, freeing 7 warriors of immense power, overcoming kings of all with such bestial power."
The goddess Nin would be a little nervous because the prophecy that she feared so apparently was coming true. Coming back with the destructor gods and angels, they would say, "We will do everything for this multiverse, and if we die, we will be remembered." Everyone would be ready to carry out the fusion, and from one moment to another, an imposing warrior appeared, with from one moment to the other changed the place to where such an intense battle was being taken. Daishin-kan and Zeno-sama stopped their battle when observing that a new warrior appeared and his power did not lose against theirs. Where Zeno-sama, already wounded and tired, would say, "Who are you? Are you a new ally or a new enemy?" And he would say, "I am an archangel, and I am here to help you, great Zeno-sama. I am the union of all, the guardian angels and destructor gods, where the 3 warriors would be put in battle pose." The 3 would be ready to start the battle through the multiverse, where Daishin-kan, with a smile, would say, "So everyone unites against me. Nobody can. They cannot with the supreme power of the great Daishin-kan." Where the 3 subjects would start with a great battle. However, despite being 2 against 1, Daishin-kan would continue to have the advantage, where he would charge a great attack, causing both to get very injured. On the other part, the demon Tawa was desperate, since there was no attack of enough power, which he can destroy the seal that keeps his father locked up. Meanwhile, in the Void Dimension, Goku had already 100% mastered his new transformation, where the goddess Nin would say to him, "I've been researching, and I have realized that the Saiyans with tail, they have much more power." Where Goku would say, a little confused, "I understand that the state of Ozoru multiplies your power 10 times, while Super Saiyan multiplies it 50 times. Nin would explain everything to him. Her being a supreme goddess could make her tail grow without any problem. Goku would observe a moon created by the goddess. Goku would begin with his transformation. After a few moments, Goku would be in the Ozoru phase, but something that characterized him was that his fur was purple and he would be destroying everything around him. Nin would try to calm him, where she would say, "Goku, you once told me you would protect me, and now you're about to kill me." Goku started to come to reason, reaching the Super Saiyan Phase 4 Purple, in which Nin would be surprised by so much power. That makes her shake. Meanwhile, out from the dimension of the void, the warriors would continue with the great battle, where a great attack near the Palace of Everything, the seal was cracked. One of the 4 knights from the underworld could exit. The knight that opened was Rene. The 3 warriors felt an immense power Zeno-sama feared would say, "Oh no, the seal's been broken! You're Rene, one of the 4 knights of the underworld," to which he would say, "Oh, so long time no see you, Zeno-sama. I suppose millions of years have passed since the last time. I can see that they are in a fight, so I will join." Rene, from one moment to another, gave a few blows to each of them, in which they would be very injured. The 3 warriors would make a momentary truce that, even with their combined powers, they were no rival for this being. On the other part of Tower Demon would say, "That key is one of the 4 knights of the underworld. If I'm not wrong, he's Rene. Then he would take care of all of them and free my father, thus starting the apocalypse." While in the Void Dimension, Goku already mastered his new transformation, even though he preferred to be in Phase 3 of the Purple Super Saiyan, since Phase 4 would only be used with a true opponent. Goku and Nin would be ready to leave that dimension, where Goku would increase his power to Phase 3 in a brutal way, creating various dimensional portals, entering where they felt the power of Zeno-sama when they arrived. They would observe a universe here where Goku would say, "Far away from here, I feel 4 great powers. 3 of them are decreasing quickly," where he would take Nin and teleport, arriving at the battlefield. At the moment of arriving, Nin would be surprised because he recognized Rene. He would say, "Nin, long time without seeing you, traitor demon. You joined the clan of the goddesses, and with the seal of darkness you closed us. Now you will pay with your death for that betrayal." When Rene, at his maximum speed that nobody was able to see except of Goku, he would give a strong blow. However, Goku would give his fist stopped and say, "Calm down, friend. Now your opponent is me." Furious, Rene would say, "Damn Saiyan, don't mess in my business if you don't want to die." Nevertheless, confident Goku would say to him, "Here, the only one who would die would be you," where Goku of a strong blow would make him back down. Both would start with a great battle where a clear winner was observed. Meanwhile, Nin would heal everyone present, including Daishinken. After a time, both warriors appeared, to which Rene would say, "You have a great Saiyan power. However, you allowed me to touch you on several occasions." Nin would shout, "No, Goku! Rene will use his most powerful technique!" Where Rene shouts, "Die, damn Saiyan, devourer of gods!" This technique consists of destroying the body of the adversary from the inside, and then a strong explosion is observed in the universe, where the Archangel would be surprised, where he would say, "That is Goku." It should be clarified that the god who dominated the fusion was Bills, because he was the most powerful god. However, Rene would start laughing. However, when the smoke dissipated, Goku would come out seriously saying, "You're not more than a poor insect. The only thing you did is raise the dust. Look and learn how you should attack." Where Goku would raise his hand saying, "Punishment of gods," where that attack would collide with Rene, beginning to reduce him to atoms. However, Goku would return to observe Daishinken with a cold eye, saying to him, "You damn priest, now you'll pay for what you did to me." Goku would yell, "Receive this! Attack of the Dragon God!" An immense dragon came out of Goku's fist, not leaving Daishinken's ashes. Everyone would be celebrating the Saiyan's victory, while Toa would say, "It is impossible that a common Saiyan has killed a knight of the underworld." However, this would have no more option than waiting for another knight to be able to exit the seal. Coming back with the others, Zeno-sama would be defused, where he would say to Goku, "If it hadn't been for your help, this entire universe would have seen total annihilation. Thank you very much, Son Goku." Everyone would be about to leave, and from one moment to another, a power was felt, which even exceeded by tens of times the power of Rene. That's right, another knight of the underworld, and his name was Hydra. That subject would say,
I feel that Renai's presence disappeared here, so one of you should have killed him.
where Goku would step forward saying,
Yes is here, where your friend died, just like you will.
That subject would laugh and say,
Now with the death of Renai, his power will be mine.
Hydra would raise his power in an incredible way. However, Goku, confident, would say,
No matter the power of how many warriors you absorb, the same, you will not be a rival for me.
Both warriors would start the battle. Everyone present would be surprised, and they could not even move due to the pressure they exercised, where Nin would say,
Seriously, this is a battle. I'm not even able to see anything, and the same happened with Zeno-sama and his guardians.
Everyone depended on Goku winning with that fight. While they exchanged blows, Hydra would say to him,
I see that you have a great Saiyan level of by chance. You would not like to be part of the Knights of the Underworld.
Where Goku would refuse the offer, saying to him,
I'm bored of this fight. You don't make me use all my power.
Where Hydra, surprised at what he said, would attack Goku. However, he would stop his power with a single hand, saying to him,
I see that you have the power to destroy universes and galaxies, but not a simple Saiyan.
Goku would give him a strong blow that would make Hydra fly through space, and Goku would load a powerful Kamehameha. The goddess Tawa would be in shock to feel how the power of Hydra would be disappeared after a time. Goku and Nin would go to a planet where they would start training. Meanwhile, the last two Knights of the Underworld already opened out of the seal, where Tawa's father, named Akio, would go to ask Tawa about Hydra and Renai, to what she would say,
A subject with an amazing power defeated them.
Where both knights would be surprised and they would begin to train with Tawa. To increase their powers, what they didn't know was that within said seal there were 3 subjects, more than one power even bigger. They would have been locked up by the previous king of all, and these took longer to leave due to their power. Coming back with Goku and Nin, they would say,
The universe has been quiet lately. There's no fun.
However, from one moment to another, this universe fell unconscious, where she would have a premonition, which was that the entire universe involved in chaos. And she would also observe how Goku and she were defeated by that subject. Goku would be surprised because until now all Nin's premonitions were correct. Nin, without hesitating, would create a dimension to become much stronger and be able to overcome his limits. Coming back with Tawa and the 2 knights, they finished his training, beginning to cause havoc through the universe. However, nobody appeared because Goku and Nin were in another dimension. So Zeno-sama's guards and Zeno-sama himself confronted him, where both gentlemen would begin to laugh, saying,
Zeno-sama, how do you think you can defeat us? Did you forget who we are?
Where a quick moment would leave him lying on the ground very wounded, and the guardians could not even move. After a time, Goku and Nin would leave the room of time, where they would feel such monstrous powers that they even made all the multiverse shake. Where Goku would say,
Nin, whose are those powers? They even feel up to this place.
Where Nin would say, Apparently they're the last 2 Knights of the Underworld. Goku would hold Nin and use teleportation. When Goku arrived at the battlefield, he was filled with anger. Observing his friend Z-chan very injured and most of the universe is destroyed, minutes before Goku and Nin arrive, the king of the underworld and Towa's father, called Akio, would say,
Stop playing with those insects and kill them for once and for all.
And where the subjects started to massacre those present. Where Zeno-sama and his guardians were completely defeated, and with a strong attack destroyed most of the universes. End of flashback, Goku with anger would say,
I don't care if you're the one of the Knights of the Underworld. I'll exterminate you for having destroyed the universes of which I'm the protector.
Goku would be exploding with anger. With a supreme speed, he would have given him a few blows and have thrown him a powerful punisher of gods that would eliminate him in a few minutes. The king of the underworld, called Akio, would be in shock. just like Towa, since he did not know that a warrior like that existed. From one moment to another, Akio would say to him, "Wait a minute, are you the legendary Saiyan god? This is not possible. It's not possible." It was said that his fur was golden, and he would wake up when evil is about to end everything in this world, where Akio would raise his power to the maximum to try to face the Saiyan. Nevertheless, he had no chance against him, who would be burst with anger, to which Goku would say, "I don't know if I'm the legendary Saiyan god, but the only thing I know is that if someone messes with the universe that I protect, I do not forgive him." And with a powerful blow, he would cross through the king of the underworld. Towa would be trembling with fear when witnessing the power of the Saiyan, when Nin would approach and say to him, "Towa, you've done yours. I will lock you in absolute darkness," where Towa would say, "I should not end like this. I should be the ruler of all. I will come back with much more power and I will get revenge on you, damn." Nin would execute his attack, sent Towa to a dimension where it was impossible to leave. Nin would start to heal Zeno-sama and his guardians, since these would be alive. Meanwhile, Goku would find themselves thinking about the words that subjects say. The golden Ozaru would appear when the universe sees involved to be totally annihilation. At that moment, he would also remember that Nier and him would be defeated too. Goku would ask Zeno-sama if he didn't know any method that could raise his powers, because he had a bad feeling. When Zeno-sama would say, "In my place, there is a special room which makes you see all your battles and makes you overcome all your fears. And if you overcome your greatest fears, you will reach the supreme level. Until now, only one warrior has been able to enter that room and come out alive." Nin and Goku would be surprised at what Goku would say. "Who is that warrior?" And Zeno-sama would seriously tell them, "His name is Kurobi, the half-angel Saiyan." Both were surprised and would say, "Where is him?" To which Zeno-sama, shaking his head, would say, "I don't know where Kurobi is." However, Goku was much more enthusiastic than ever. He wanted to train knowing that a warrior had survived. That would be about to leave with Zeno-sama and his guardians. However, Nin would hold Goku's arm and with tears, she would say to him, "No, Goku, it's very dangerous. We'll try another way in which we can increase our powers." Goku would hold Nin and say, "Don't worry, Nin. I'm sure I'll come back for you. So trust me. Everyone will march," where Goku would be in front of a great door of light, and he would went into that place. At that moment that Goku entered and the door disappeared, without previous advised, they would have hit him infinite times, where he would be on guard saying, "Who the hell are you?" Where a voice saying to him, "Don't you remember me, Kakarot? I am the Prince of the Saiyans." Goku, when observing him, his head would begin to hurt, where both would start with a fierce combat. However, while the battle extended, more opponents arrived like Cell, Frieza, amongst other old enemies. After a time, Goku would already be very injured and on the verge of death, where he would remember the words said by Zeno-sama, "It's not real. The only thing you must do is be able to control everyone your fears." Where a very wounded Goku would concentrate, and from one moment to another, all the warriors in front of them would have disappeared, and a new door opened, where Goku would feel an immense power coming from it, where a voice would come out of the door saying, "Many warriors have come here in search of being able to dominate all the universes, but you are different. I see that you want the power to protect the multiverse and all your loved ones. You are worthy to have the power that goes beyond any existence." Meanwhile, out of that place, a month would have already passed, where Nin would be worried, just like Zeno-sama and the Guardians. They would be worried since they did not know why Son Goku had not returned yet. However, Nin would try to enter, but it was impossible. Nin would tell Zeno-sama and the Guardians to notify him of any situation. she would leave back to her planet. Meanwhile, coming back to Goku, he was in the phase of Super Saiyan 4 Purple, although little by little his fur would be turning a golden color, which was imposing authority. At the moment that Goku reached 100% of all his power, he would leave the room, where at the moment of leaving, everyone would be surprised by the power they felt. Knowing that he was on his planet, she went quickly. At the palace of the King of Everything, finding a totally different Goku, Nin would run to hug him, and this would correspond to the hug. After a few moments, a strong tremor made the palace of everything shake, where Zeno-sama, frightened, would say, "What? How are you here? I had not seen you millions of years ago." Where a subject would appear saying, "So long, no see you, Zeno-sama. I see you have made new friends," where Goku, feeling a great power coming from that subject, would say, "Who are you and what are you looking here?" That subject with a smile would say, "I am Kurobi, the semi-angel Saiyan, and I could feel an overwhelming power, which is able to make me use a little of my power. So I came as fast as possible. So, you are the second warrior to get out of alive from that place. Then are you ready for battle?" Kurobi, without previous warning, launched at a supreme speed that nobody was able to observe, and in an instant, this gave him 54 blows, leaving him lying on the ground. However, Kurobi would seriously tell him, "So you are skillful. You can move a little, so that I can't hit you in your vital parts." However, Goku would stand up and he would say, "Do not think I'm so easy to defeat, so admire my power." Goku raised his power, and at an impressive speed he would go on to attack where both warriors would be exchanging blows. However, Kurobi would be having the advantage, having a lot more experience than Son Goku. He dominated his power much better after an exchange of blows. Both would stop, and with a challenging look they would say, "You are the strongest rival I have ever faced." Both would remain as rivals when everything would be peace and tranquility for a short time. However, a subject that even much more power than all would be about to awaken to bring annihilation to all the universes. However, after a time, Goku and Nin would be on their planet where they trained from time to time. On the other planet in the Kingdom of Everything, something strange would happen because everything would start to shake. However, Zeno-sama and his guardians did not feel any ki since the power that was overflowing from that other dimension. However, from one instant to another, the seal was completely destroyed, where a subject would appear in the Palace of Everything. However, the guardians of Zeno-sama would say, "Who the hell are you? Do you want to be erased by the King of Nothing?" Where the subject would smile and say, "If you answer me, I will not kill you. I'm looking for the legendary God Saiyan, or better known as the Golden Azaru." All those who were in the Kingdom of Everything would be amazed, where that subject would raise his power and asking again Zeno-sama, and with Goku saying, "Goku is an extremely powerful subject is looking for you. Help us please, Goku, quickly." He would transport to Zeno-sama Palace, giving that subject a big blow, and he would use teletransportation again, taking them to his planet with Nin. Nevertheless, this would return quickly and both would be observing each other. With Goku, a more serious look would say, "Who are you?" Where that subject would say, "I am the one of the most powerful beings. Although above me there are 6 beings that are known as the Supreme Archangels. They have no rival, and they gave me the mission to exterminate the Golden Azaru before his true power awakens. I am Mira the Destroyer." Goku would be a little surprised. He would tell him with a smile, "Do you really think you can defeat me?" To which Goku in a millisecond gave Mira a strong blow. However, Mira was able to observe the attack. However, his body was slow, where Mira, furious, he would get up and say, "Damn monkey, you think you're smart?" Where both warriors would begin with a great battle. Meanwhile, on Nin's planet, this would have made everyone recover. Nin would ask them for an explanation, to which Zeno-sama would tell her everything happened with that warrior, where she would be a little surprised, and in a few moments, even in Neen's planet, strong exhortations from Ki arrived, where everyone would be surprised returning to the battlefield. The two warriors were equal. However, Mira would launch a great energy attack, to which Goku, with a strong kick, he derails them, and Mira, a little surprised, would say, "How the hell do you have so much power?" Meanwhile, in a place far away from the Palace of Everything, Kurobe was found who felt those great powers, where he would say, "Son Goku is fighting against someone else. The power of the subject does not lose against Goku's." Meanwhile, with both warriors, they have received very good hitting. However, Mira confident would say, "I see that we have the same strength. However, I'm only using 50% of all my power. You have no chance against me." Confident, Goku would say to him, "Have I showed you my power? You have only been fighting with 15% of all my power." Mira, surprised and scared, would say, "No, it cannot be possible. You're lying. It's not possible that you have so much power. I'll keep all your power. Gods devour." Mira, at the moment that he started absorbing Goku's power, he felt his body exploded. It was excess of power, where Mira, with that little power that he had stolen, he would launch an attack. However, Goku would leave games, increasing his majestic power a little more to 35%, where with a few blows he would leave him down on the ground and very badly wounded. To which Goku would say, "I have no wish to kill you, but if I found out that you're causing trouble for this multiverse, I'll have no mercy on you." Goku would throw a Ki sphere at him that would launch him thousands of kilometers through space. However, Mira would stay alive. In the meantime, very far from that place, in a floating castle where gravity made you fall and even die, there was a subject who would say, "Mira was defeated. So the Orzu has come back stronger than ever. But apparently it's not even half of its true power yet. But it didn't become a burden for my plans. This annoying Saiyan may become a burden for my plans. I can't let this happen." Meanwhile, returning to the empty dimension, Towa was investigating in his crosshair, where with the help of a spell, he would make two powerful warriors come to his rescue. Meanwhile on Earth, Vegeta and Broly were fighting, even though from one moment to another, both warriors began to be filled with a dark energy, and from a strong scream, their hairs would have to change to gray from one moment to another. Both would go out into space at a specific point and raised all their power, being able to open a portal that allowed to exit to Towa. A new demon has appeared. With one of his techniques, he would appear in front of him. None of the three could breathe, where the subject made an energy field so the gravity would not affect them. "Who are you?" She would be trembling with fear. "I am one of the most powerful beings in this megaverse. My name is Kronos, and I brought you to this place because I want you to tell me about the fight with the Saiyans." Towa started to say everything that happened with Son Goku. "That damn Saiyan beat us like we were trash. I'll never forget that purple fur." Purple fur? Towa would affirm what Kronos said. Kronos would make appear a crystal ball where he could see Son Goku, but with golden fur. "It's him. The only thing that changes is his fur, which is now gold." Towa remembered the legendary Saiyan god of an imposing golden fur. "So you really are your golden Ozaru." Meanwhile, returning to Neen's planet, Goku would arrive and Neen would run to hug him. "Are you well, my Goku? Did nothing happen to you?" Goku would nod and begin to tell everything that happened. "I listened to a legend that in the past there was a golden Ozaru with the power to eliminate the 12 supreme archangels. It was a story that my father, the first king of everything, told me, so I don't know if it's real. So 12 subjects with supreme power. It doesn't matter if they're like the subject I eliminated a few moments ago. No problem. The only thing I have to create is a barrier, so that is not able to absorb my ki. And I also have to see if the other subjects absorb powers." Goku would begin to meditate to recover the power that said subject stole from him. "I have to create a barrier powerful enough.
so that these subjects are not able to absorb my power. Because if these subjects are much more powerful than the other, the capacity to absorb powers must be more bestial.
While in that castle, Kronos would give him a little more power. Pay attention, because you have to get rid of the Golden Azoru ASAP before it has released all its power. Toa and the two Saiyans would return to the arena of the 12 universes.
This power is surprising. I feel that I can destroy whoever I want. Broly and Vegeta, go to a planet and learn to control all your new power. You two will be the first to face the subject.
Both Saiyans came out through the universe looking for a planet with good conditions to train and become much more powerful. Meanwhile, Goku and Nin would be thinking,
Goku, even if you are very powerful, we need many more aliens for this war that is coming. And beings from the Palace of Everything. They don't have enough power to do it. I have an idea, and if we meet beings with the Super Dragon Balls in the far,
a voice would say,
don't forget about me, son Goku. I also want a little fun.
That's right. It was Kurobi that arrived on Nin's planet. The three warriors came out of the planet, and with Nin's help, they found the Super Dragon Balls, and with Nin's help, they found them very quickly. When calling on the great god Zarma, he observed and said,
"Oh, great goddess of creation, Nin-sama, it is an honor to have you in front of me. Tell me, what is your wish? And if it is in my possibilities, I will do it."
"We need powerful warriors, because a great battle is about to begin."
"There are powerful warriors from different timelines. One of them is Kakarot from Universe 14, who was able to overcome his Destructor God and his Guardian Angel. Also, there's Karma, the Saiyan demigod, son of an angel and a Saiyan, and last but not least, there's a warrior called Kinoto. I don't know his origin, but he is an extremely powerful warrior. Do you want me to bring them to life?"
Nin his accent in affirmation to everything the great god Zarma said.
"However, I do not have enough power to bring them to life. I offer you a large part of my power so that those three allies can join me."
Zarma would accept. Goku would raise his power to the maximum, and this would launch an attack that would enter his entire body, and filled with a brutal power, having the capacity to bring the three warriors to life. Goku, Nin, and Kurobi would appear.
"I am the Saiyan semi-god. Who the hell has brought me to life? If it is for any stupidity, I will exterminate this multiverse."
Nin started to explain everything to them, and the three warriors would accept. They would all return to Nin's planet, where they would start with a rigorous training to be able to increase their power quickly. Meanwhile, Broly and Vegeta would already dominate all the power and would be ready to go attack Son Goku and his friends. Toa would talk to them telepathically. Broly and Vegeta,
"It's not time to attack yet. That Saiyan surpasses us. Let us keep training a little more."
Meanwhile, in the floating castle, Kronos, thinking this, would say,
"So the Golden Azoru has returned. This time I will make him pay for every damn thing he did to us."
Flashback millions of years ago, Kakarot the Golden Azoru was the protector of the multiverse. He was even more respected than the kings of everything. However, there were three clans, and those were the demons, gods, and Saiyans, which wanted to get rid of Kakarot because his power was out of the normal, to which, with a powerful seal untying pathetic life, however, Kakarot's power began immense. Could not be sealed in its entirety, where Kakarot sworn to come back for all of them.
"They are not the same. I can feel like an even stronger power flows in between them. The damned one is controlling everything from the shadows."
Kakaroto would be on a planet where he recovered his power little by little. However, with the elimination of the 6 universes, this perished imminently, where before he died, he performed a technique to come back to life without keeping any of his memories. End of flashback.
"Damn Azoru, you will pay for the death of my brother. You will be the first on my list. I'll have your head like a trophy in my mind." He would listen. "Kronos is not yet the time to kill the Saiyan. Remember that we need his power for the war that is approaching.
Returning to Neen's planet, they would have finished their training.
Boys, we have become very powerful. However, I don't know if we're capable of beating those 6 Supreme Archangels. It's said that their power goes beyond everything.
That is not the Goku that I know. The Goku that I know would never give up, and as strong as his opponent may be, he would get up again and again until you defeat them. Goku would give Neen the right.
Son Goku, we feel very powerful. Nevertheless, we will be able to defeat that subject even though they have amazing power. We are Saiyans. I don't know if we can really beat them. What I am sure is that nobody can get rid of me so easily.
Meanwhile, on a planet that looked like the underworld itself, a demon would be planning a revenge which included the greatest possible humiliation. I have come to make Broly and Vegeta give me enough information on all of them to be able to create a faithful warrior, so that he is always for me. Coming back to Neen's planet, all of them would be very happy since months of tranquility would have passed.
I think that war of some years ago has remained in the past, because nobody has appeared and apparently there's no reason to fight. Until from a moment to another, this surprise would say, "From whom? Is this key? It is a very powerful key."
Before that subject arrives, or better said, before both subjects arrive, they would already be destroying the Supreme Planet, which was said to be indestructible as it was created by the most powerful creation goddess, Zeno-sama. For a moment to another, Broly and Vegeta would arrive, where Goku would recognize them.
What the hell are you doing in this place? And how can they have so much power?
We've come for your head, Kakarot. I don't care if you've the Golden Azoru. Vegeta would launch the attack. However, Goku could evade every blow that he would throw at him. However, Broly would join the combat, balancing things a little more. Toa, who would be observing everything from a crystal ball. The power of these two has increased in a great way. I hope they can make Son Goku bleed. Going back to the battle, Goku would be containing himself since he felt a negative ki, which was going through all his bodies. Goku would give the Saiyan Broly a powerful hit, leaving him out of combat. When Vegeta witnessed this, he would say, "We must defeat Kakarot at all costs. So Broly, give me some of your power. I'll be much more powerful." Vegeta would absorb Broly's power, to which his power would raise in a surprising way, and they would begin to battle.
You're dumb. I want to see the destruction on your face. Did you really think I was using all my power?
A little scared, Vegeta would launch the attacks. However, his powers were useless before the Saiyan, who had exceeded a warrior named Black Goku, who has great power. Tell him he has my approval to bring said warrior to life and end this damn Golden Azaru once and for all. That subject would leave the place, addressing where the god Zamara, giving him all that information. Zamara, with his immense power, would bring back Goku to life and would make him appear in front of him.
Where the hell am I? Who are you? Why do I feel great pressure in my body?
We are the Supreme Archangels, those beings who are above the king of everything.
What am I doing here? What do you need me for?
We need your power. The Golden Azoru has returned. As you know, him son Goku is a danger to us, and apparently you want revenge. We'll give you the necessary power, and you will be able to increase your level.
I have the same body as Goku, so I can reach his power level.
The training would start where Black Goku would reach the variance of Super Saiyan Rose, where this would no longer increase his power so much, and if he did it, it was minimally. From this moment, you will train with Akira, a subject with a
peculiar appearance will appear in the training camp. I will help you become much more powerful and overcome your limits, so you better be prepared. The first is to grow your tail. After a time, Black would have reached the Super Saiyan Phase 4 Rose, having a power of even Broly and Vegeta united. Black felt finished to the end, the Saiyan Son Goku. No, Black, you're not yet prepared. With that power, you can't even tickle that Saiyan. The days would pass where Black would increase his combat power more and more, in order to have his long-needed revenge, while on Neen's planet, a few years would have already passed since the time difference was brutal. It seems that they've gotten tired of this and no one's side wants war. But I was completely wrong, since the battle between good and evil was about to start, and it would not be an easy battle to win. Coming back with Black, Goku, and Akira, they would continue training. Black would have strengthened his body in an incredible way, having the power of, with a single hit, exterminate the great Daishinkan priest. The time has come for you to have a fight with me, so don't hold back. Black, from one moment to another, increased all his power and launched the attack. However, Akira, with only one hand, stopped all his strikes. This is not a damn game. If you are more powerful than me, attack me. Akira, with a smile, would give him a strong hit that would make him spit blood. Black would not give up, giving up with difficulty, and this would raise his power to the limit, making the entire training camp shake. Now attack me with everything. Without prior notice, Black would create a scythe with the intention of cutting one of his contact with his body. It would break into 1,000 pieces. Impossible! This is impossible! What the hell are you? I am the third most powerful Supreme Archangel. Don't make me bored, Black. This at a flash speed that Black could not observe anything. He would give him 54 blows in key points, leaving him on the edge of death. Akira would take him and take him to a camera so that he could recover. After a few days, Black would have recovered, having a very powerful Zenkai. However, he knew that he would have to train much more. Meanwhile, on Neen's planet, all the Super Saiyans were training more and more to be of great use in the said battle. However, one moment to another, the subject would arrive that Goku would recognize instantly. What are you doing here? I gave you a chance and you wasted it. Now prepare to die. Wait, please don't kill me, I beg you. I didn't come all this way to fight. People I trusted have turned their backs on me. I'm coming to help you. Is that true? Although it is correct, I feel no bad intentions in you. I have very valuable information. The beings who want to exterminate you are the Supreme Archangels. Their natural enemy is the Golden Ozaru, which is said millions of years ago I exterminated them. This present time it has been reborn in you. Is that true? I can't believe it. If what he says is true or not, because we didn't ask the great god Zamara, he should know everything. Everyone left in search of the Super Dragon Balls, and with the goddess Neen, they would find them quickly. The god Zamara appeared observing everyone, however, he only bowed to the goddess Neen. Great god Zamara, do you know anything about the existence of the Golden Ozaru? What I know about the Golden Ozaru is that he was a protector of all. This multiverse was able to assassinate 6 Supreme Archangel beings of a superior level from other multiverses. It is said that the power of the Golden Ozaru goes through everything this multiverse until it falls into annihilation, so that the Chosen One makes this universe reborn from the ashes. I have told you a great secret. Zamara would have disappeared. Everything told by Mara is true. Then where is all of the power of Son Goku? To be honest, I don't even know what power they're talking about. The legends say that it's an immense power. I have lived for millions of years, but I've never heard of the existence of a Golden Ozaru. There's no doubt that you are the chosen Son Goku. While in the floating castle, Black would make Akira use all his power, and using the God's Eater, he easily defeated him. I think you're ready now. So go and get us the Golden Ozaru head. a voice would resonate in the void, saying, "Don't kill him. Just bring him. I want him to exterminate that damned..." "Okay, I'm not killing him. I'm just bringing him down to this place for you to give him the finishing blow." Black would leave the castle at a surprising speed, which even distorted the universe itself. He would head to Nin's planet to finish Son Goku. After a few moments, a powerful key would call everyone's attention. "That power is amazing! Who will it be?" At that same instant, Black appeared in front of Goku, sending him to fly with a powerful hit. "How long no see, you damn mortal? Now with my new power, I will teach you who is in charge." Goku quickly recovered from that surprise attack and would begin to exchange punches and kicks with Black. Meanwhile, with Kronos, he would quickly call Susanoo, because the Golden Ozaru was weakening the seal they had put on it millions of years ago. "Susanoo, come immediately. It's an urgent matter." "Excuse me, sir. What has happened?" "Gather the leaders of the 3 great clans. We cannot allow that damn monkey to break that seal, because if he breaks it, all his power will come back and he will be a damn load again." Susanoo would understand and would quickly leave, gathering the 3 leaders. After a time, the leader of the demons would call Ryu would arrive. "Lord Kronos, what do you need? Why did you call us?" "Wait, Ryu. Let the leader of the other 2 clans come." Nevertheless, at the precise moment, Yamoshi of the Saiyan clan would arrive, and after a few moments, Miyuki of the clan of the goddesses would arrive. "I have gathered the 3 clans here to inform you that the seal that we placed millions of years ago to retain the great power of the Golden Ozaru is weakening." "That is impossible! It is the seal of the 3 most powerful great clans of this multiverse! A single warrior would not be capable of cracking it!" "I understand how you feel, Yamoshi. I know it was practically impossible, but remember that for Ozaru, there was no impossible, and everything impossible made it possible in one way or another." "And what shall we do? What is our mission?" "For the moment, try to raise your powers below us Archangels, so you are not going to die for anything." Everyone would understand and agree. After a few moments, everyone would leave. However, only Yamoshi and Kronos would stay. "You know I have the same level of power as you. Let me take care of that damn..." "I know your immense power. For something you are called the Angel of Death. You are my ace up my sleeve, so I must not reveal my best warrior, but if things get ugly, you will be the first I notify to end the life of that Saiyan." Meanwhile, in the training room was Akira. However, from one moment to another, a second Akira arrived. "This duplication technique fascinates me. Only that Saiyan faced 20% of my entire power. If he had confronted me, he would have pulverized him." Returning to Nin's planet, the impacts of Goku and Black would continue, where Goku would little by little be taking advantage, making that while the battle goes on, Black loses his desire to fight. "How can you be more powerful than me? You're a simple mortal. I'm a god!" "It doesn't matter who you are. If any being in the universe intends to, can achieve it." Goku would change his expression to a serious one and say, "You are the only villain here, so I'll exterminate you. I'll not leave a trace of you." Goku would get behind Black at that very great speed, and a powerful attack would send him to the ground. And being with his very worn ki, he would return to Super Saiyan Rose, where Black would try to escape. However, Goku would charge a powerful Kamehameha that would reduce it to atoms. "We must become more powerful and be prepared for this war that is approaching." Nin creates a room with increased gravity, where it would create said room, but it would put something additional in it. That one day out of that room, be 6 years inside, everyone would enter. After a time, those who stand out were the Saiyans. However, Karma and Kurobi became rivals and wanted to overcome every day more and be better than the other. "Son Goku, why don't we just take care of all this once and for all, so we leave games and we can be in peace?" "I have also thought about it. but we can't do it since we don't know the true power of our enemy.
After a time, Karma and Kurobi would have a combat in which the shock waves were evident, making everything in its path thrown and being very destructive. However, Karma would launch a powerful ki wave at him, which Kurobi would reject her with a great hit. Karma, you have no chance against me. On the other hand, Kakaroto opened out of the room, since his power was immense. However, a great tremor would be present on the planet, where a subject of a strange appearance would appear, saying,
I am in search of the Golden Ozoru. If you tell me where it is, I will give you a quick death. However, Kakaroto, would you go to Ultra Perfect Instinct? Ha ha ha!
After a while, Kakarot finished his transformation. He had an imposing look that would make any warrior tremble.
What the hell? What is this transformation?
Behold the power of the amazing Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct Phase 3. Kakarot, by raising his power a little more, would make the entire universe tremble, and millions of planets and galaxies would be destroyed by such power. Meanwhile, on the floating castle,
damn it! Is there perhaps another subject to the level of a Supreme Archangel? Who the hell is this power? Susano, come immediately.
Tell me, sir. How can I help you? Investigate those whose great power it is. Susano with the technique could observe who emanated such great power.
The subject that emanates this great power is Kakarot from the old Universe 14.
What did you say? That's impossible! 2 Golden Azorus exist. On the other hand, on a very distant planet was Yamoshi. It's impossible for me, a legendary Saiyan, to lose against that simple Saiyan. My power is unlimited. No one can make me stand up to me. However, I don't feel that way. I feel that damned thing is at my level without having all his power, so I better raise my power. Yamoshi would go into his combat form, turning all of his hair white. Meanwhile, with Archon and Kakarot, they would be very hurt. However, Kakarot would have the advantage a bit, giving him a fury of blows.
Dragon God Destroyer attack! Die!
This great attack would cause Archon to perish immediately. Meanwhile, inside, except Goku, who already knew of the incredible power of Kinoto. Goku put himself in a fighting pose and would raise his power even more. Everyone present could barely stand up. However, in a few milliseconds, both warriors would already be exchanging blows.
I see that you have great power. However, it wouldn't be enough to defeat the Supreme Dark Super Saiyan. Don't underestimate me. I'm the legendary God Saiyan Kakaroto.
From one moment to another, he raised his power much more, giving him some very good blows, making Kinoto fall to the ground. Meanwhile, outside the time room, Kakaroto would be very injured because he used much more power to manage to defeat his enemy. He would fall unconscious. After a while, everyone left the time room, where everyone saw everything destroyed and would see Kakaroto very badly injured. Nin would quickly heal him. Meanwhile, in the floating castle, he found Kronos talking to Akira.
We must use all our strength against that Saiyan, so it better be to send the god-killing demon. No, it will be pulverized. It will be better to see the memories of that Golden Ozoru and see if he has any potential enemies that are capable of raising his power in an amazing way with that right training.
These would call Susanoo, asking him to investigate the life of the Golden Ozoru. After a while, Susanoo would return.
In the whole of Son Goku, there were 2 great enemies that were able to almost exterminate him. The first was Frieza, a cold demon, and Cell, a warrior who had the ability to absorb warriors.
Kronos, with all the bestial powers of him, would bring these two subjects to life, and the two would fall to the ground without being able to breathe. Kronos would explain everything to Frieza and Cell.
You were chosen to kill the Golden Ozoru, or better known as Son Goku.
Where both villains would get angry.
We will do anything to kill that monkey.
Returning to the planet of Nin.
What happened, Kakaroto?
Kakaroto would begin to tell everything that had happened.
I faced a warrior named Darkon that the Supreme Archangels had sent to exterminate you. You also need rigorous training to raise all your power. If you're really my counterpart, your power will be as great as mine, and I'm sure you'll achieve the level in my transformation. You're right. I think it's time to go back to training to once again be known as Kakaroto, the Saiyan kills gods.
Goku and Kinoto, you two are the most powerful, and can't you perceive the key of the Archangels? Both Saiyans would shake their heads. However, after a while, Goku and Kakaroto from Universe 14 would enter the time room, where they would have a difficult training. Goku would try to get his counterpart to reach the same level as him. After a few days, Kakaroto would master the full power Ultra Instinct transformation. However, he did not have enough power to defeat Son Goku. Goku, with his immense power, would make Kakaroto grow a tail, and he would create a moon for Kakaroto to go into the Ozoru state. However, he would not control said state, spending months training, and state Kakaroto would have a little against. Meanwhile, outside the time room were the others.
We should attack first. It should be our turn to catch them off guard. We can't do that. We need an attack strategy, and we also need the power of Son Goku to be able to beat all those warriors. I know your power's enough, if we can do it.
No, damn bugs! What do you not understand? Everyone would bow their head when observing that Kinoto was very upset. Meanwhile, in the floating castle, Kronos was a little worried since he felt the power of two Kakarots, and from one moment to another they disappeared. Kronos would be a little bewildered as he didn't know what was going on.
If those two guys aren't there, the rest should be an easy target. Susanoo, come immediately.
Susanoo would arrive at Kronos bowing.
Those two guys, how's the training going? Do you think they're ready?
Susanoo would shake his head.
No, my lord. It is still too early for them to face that Saiyan.
Meanwhile, in the training camp, Frieza and Cell would have increased their power greatly. Frieza would have achieved a new transformation, making their power overwhelming. However, Cell would not be far behind. He would have reached the golden state. Both warriors, they would think they would have enough power to take down Son Goku. However, a voice would respond through space. With that power, you are no match for Son Goku or his weakest companions. The power of the Golden Ozoru is unreal. You must increase your powers much more or increase your reflexes. Where a ray would go through Frieza, causing him to fall to the ground very injured. After that event, every day they went through something similar. For a few weeks, the body of both were so resistant to the initial rays, did nothing to him, and his powers were abysmal. Surprising that the king of everything, however, they would still be below the power of Son Goku's friends.
I have no idea. The powers increased much faster. We are going to make them to the planet where the demonic water exists.
So Frieza and Cell went to that planet to drink the water of the demons. However, before entering that water, you must have enough power and a strong mind. Otherwise, this water will consume you completely and you won't be able to do anything. Frieza and Cell entered, and at that moment, they made contact with the demonic water. They began to scream in pain. After a few seconds, they both came out looking the same, but something to notice was their incredible increase in power.
Their power is now immense and is equivalent to a middle-class archangel, but they need to get used to said power.
Everyone would return to the training camp to master all the power obtained. Meanwhile, returning to the Nin planet, they were all on the defensive of some new warrior because that entire multiverse would have been shaken by a surprising power. On the other hand, inside the time room, Goku and Kakarot would continue training, and Kakarot would already dominate his Ozoru form.
Now in your Ozoru form, transform into Super Saiyan!
But it was much more difficult for Kakaroto. That's right, he couldn't access the Super Saiyan, but he wouldn't give up, and from one moment to another, the Ozoru's fur would turn gray. Goku would be a little confused when observing Kakaroto's color.
What does this mean? I didn't go through that transformation. What's that transformation?
Kakarota would begin to overflow great power, that is, Kakarota would have achieved the Super Saiyan Phase 4 Ultra Instinct. The power that is emanated was immense. However, it did not exceed the power of Son Goku. After a few days training, these would come out of the room, and at the time of the leaving, Kronos and Yamoshi would feel the abysmal power of these two.
What the hell? Who are these powers? Those powers seem to have no limits.
Kronos would communicate telepathically with Yamoshi.
Yamoshi, come immediately. We need to talk urgently.
Yamoshi would go to Kronos' castle.
Kronos, perhaps you're training two mortals?
These mortals were potential enemies of the Golden Ozoru. Yamoshi was understanding them.
But Yamoshi does not deviate from the subject. Have you felt all that bestial power? That's right, Kronos. They really are immense powers, but if you say you have two warriors to finish off the cursed Kakaroto, I want to see them.
Yamoshi would be heading to the training ground.
If you were a potential opponent of the Golden Ozoru, face me and make me use a large part of my power.
However, the two villains being underestimated in this way, both would launch the attack. However, Yamoshi was evading each of the attacks with ease. However, from one moment to the next, both increased their speed and power, surprising Yamoshi would take a few good hits and fall to the ground. Furious, Yamoshi would get to his feet and go into his fighting form.
Damn! Do you think you have the power to face me? In the same instant, I'll crush them like the garbage that they are.
Yamoshi switched to his combat form, and without warning, he launched into the attack, giving both villains some very good blows. The battle would continue for a few more minutes, where both villains would take the advantage, until from one moment to another, he would stop the attack that Yamoshi was going to receive. After a few moments, Yamoshi and Kronos began to train.
A strange force was taking away my power little by little.
What they both didn't know was that Frieza and Cell would have created a technique that would have snatched the energy, leaving the rival without any power, and this technique would be called Rapture of Gods. After a while, both warriors were already prepared to go face Son Goku. Frieza and Cell had a special technique in case Son Goku turned out to be much more powerful than them. Meanwhile, on the planet of the goddess Nin, everyone would be gathered. However, Kinoto was a little surprised, realizing that the power of Kakarot of Universe 14 was very close to his level.
What kind of training do you have? All I did was focus on all my goals and want to outdo myself. That's impossible. I can't believe it. Just with that, you couldn't raise your power in an amazing way. What kind of training do you have? Kinoto, relax. We're all friends here. We don't have to fight between us.
Goku would raise up his power a bit, making everyone calm down. Meanwhile, in the floating castle, Cell and Frieza would already be preparing for their mission, but before going on the planet of the goddess Nin, Kronos approached them.
The Golden Ozoru, or Son Goku as you know him, has not awakened his full power, so it is better to finish him off quickly.
They would both agree and go to Nin's planet. After a few moments, everyone on Nin's planet would feel that power. However, Goku would recognize these powers.
Those ki are from Frieza and Cell. Apparently the Archangels have revived two of my greatest rivals.
After some time, the two villains would reach the battlefield.
Yeah, monkey. Finally today you will die.
That's right, Son Goku. You are very powerful, but you can't against us two together.
I'm not alone. Can't you see my family?
No, we will trust each other, so from now on, I'll use my maximum power. Frieza would go on to his new transformation called Diamond Frieza. and Cell by having the Saiyan cells go to Super Saiyan Blue. All those present would be surprised by such power.
What the hell? How long have they been training? Ha ha ha! You don't remember that we're the prodigies. You better be prepared, Son Goku.
However, a voice would resound from everyone's back.
Son Goku, let us take care of this to us.
Kakarot from Universe 14 would also come forward, where both villains were surprised by the presence of two Gokus.
Two Gokus? What's going on? Don't get too confused, Cold Demon. I'm Kakaroto from Universe 14, so get ready. I'll tear you to pieces.
After a moment, the battle would begin. The whole universe would begin to shake in a bestial way. Frieza and Kakaroto exchanged some very good blows between them.
I see that you have great power, but that will not be enough for you to defeat the evil Emperor.
Meanwhile, with Cell and Kinoto, they were also exchanging blows. However, Kinoto would be fighting at the same level as Cell since he wanted to test the level of his opponent. Goku and the others would be watching the entire battle. After a moment, the warriors appeared.
I see that they're powerful, but they won't be able to defeat us. Don't be so confident, since we're not using our full power.
Cell and Frieza would get even angrier, renewing the entire battle, this time shaking the 12 universes, exchanging blows for a few minutes. The warriors would separate, staring at each other. Meanwhile, in a floating castle, Kronos and Yamoshi were looking at such monstrous power.
Those two have increased their power in an incredible way.
You're right, Yamoshi. And you thought they were simple worms.
Meanwhile, in another multiverse,
those subordinates sent by Kronos have great power. They are at the level of a high-class Supreme Archangel, so the most powerful enemies of the Golden Ozaru are also to be feared.
Returning to the battlefield, those would be the very close battle. The intensity was so much that it could even be felt reaching other multiverses.
Well, this was good for a warm-up. It's time to use all our power.
Kinoto would increase his power in an incredible way.
If Kinoto increases all his power, I'll do the same.
Kakaroto, like Kinoto, was raising his power in a surprising way. That's right, both began to increase their power in an incredible way, causing all the universes to tremble. After a few moments, both warriors would be seen at 100% of all their power. However, Cell and Frieza would be observing how they increased their power to the maximum. They would do the same. That's right, both began to raise their power in an incredible way, having a power similar to that of the two Saiyans. The final battle would resume. However, there's no clear winner. Meanwhile, on the floating castle,
damn it, those two do not use their full power.
How come they're not using their full power? Or do they have even more power?
Those two have much more power and are overconfident.
Yamoshi would be surprised, knowing that the two mere mortals had amazing power. Meanwhile, Frieza and Cell would be confident they realized that the two Saiyans would be using all their power.
Simple monkeys, we're not using our full power.
Frieza and Cell would begin to take the battle a little more seriously, having more and more advantage. However, Kakaroto and Kinoto would be trying to resist such a monstrous attack.
It's impressive how these two have increased their power in a ridiculous, incredible way, surpassing even the power of Kinoto and Kakaroto. If things continue like this, I'll have to intervene.
Returning to the fight, Kakaroto and Kinoto would appear very injured and tired. It'd be even seen at a glance that they had trouble breathing, while Frieza and Cell would not even be affected by their breathing. That's right, they were like at the beginning of the fight.
Those two aren't using all their power, and apparently it's not difficult for them to defeat Kinoto or Kakaroto.
Goku would take a step forward.
I see that their powers have increased greatly. Perhaps they're worthy opponents.
Frieza and Cell would get a little angry about that comment. At the moment, Frieza would launch the attack.
Damn you, monkey! Don't underestimate us! We'll kill you!
Cell would support Frieza launching into the attack too. However, Goku would be able to observe all his movements, and with two strong blows, he would leave them lying on the ground very injured. Goku would put himself in the battle pose until Frieza and Cell would recover from the blows, launching into an attack. After a few moments of exchanging blows and ki blasts, Goku would be humiliating both warriors. Meanwhile, in the floating castle, Kronos was very surprised to realize that those two had already used all their power, and they would not be able to make Goku use a little of his immense power.
That Saiyan becomes more powerful every day. He really is the golden legendary.
Going back to the battlefield, Goku would continue to humiliate both villains until, leaving them on the ground, Goku would stop his attack.
I have no intention of killing them, so get out of here. Don't cause any problems in this universe again, or else I'll have to exterminate them.
Frieza and Cell would get up very weakened.
You always trust Goku. Now let's see what you do with this. Union of Souls!
A great light would blind everyone, and a power that would make the entire multiverse rumble, destroying planets and galaxies. When Goku felt all the power that they emanated, he would be perplexed.
That's not a normal fusion. What the hell have they done?
At that moment that the light dissipated, a new warrior would appear, who would be the fusion of Cell and Frieza.
Son Goku, you have taken us too far. Contemplate the true power of a god.
Without warning, this new warrior would give Goku a great blow that would send him flying hundreds of kilometers, and at a maximum speed he would appear behind him, giving him a strong blow. Goku would be a little injured from these two simple blows. After a few moments, Goku would be injured. However, he'd stand up.
His united power is impressive. Since separated, they were nothing more than simple flies. Now I'll have a worthy rival of whom I can use all my majestic power.
Goku would then begin to rise his power in a bestial way, where the same planet, universes, and timelines were affected by this great power. When Goku finished raising all his power, he would return to observe them.
I hope you're ready, since I'm at 80% of my full power now.
Everyone would be surprised, since the power that is emanated was immense. After a moment, Goku would come out of the crater that they had sent him.
This is a worthy opponent. To be able to defeat him, I'll have to use all my power.
Feeling that the power of his enemy and was not losing, Goku decided to use much more power. However, Frieza was not surprised by such an increase in power, and after a moment, Goku would finish raising his power. Without warning, at the speed of the light, Goku would give him a shrapnel of blows, and that's how the battle would decide the future of the entire multiverse begin. The clashes of his fists were so bestial that they distorted reality itself. Is that a battle? Not even beings of our level can even see them.
So Son Goku, you've been holding back all this time and your power level is amazing.
Sometime later, both warriors appeared. However, Frieza would have fewer wounds than Son Goku.
Oh, I see that you are trying, damn monkey. But even with all the efforts you make, you will not be able to defeat us.
Meanwhile, in another multiverse, there was a Supreme Archangel.
That immense power that is felt is capable of defeating most of the Supreme Archangels. Only King-level Archangels are capable of facing that power. But hopefully that warrior is capable of defeating the Golden Ozoru, since I don't want to be the one to take care of that damned insect myself.
Returning to the battlefield, Goku would have many more wounds.
You've increased your power level in a great way. You're the most powerful rival I've ever faced. You're perfect to test my new power.
What no one knew was that the power that Goku showed was his maximum power before he entered the time room. That's right, Goku would raise his power a little more, power that he obtained with his hard training. Goku, some very good blows, would make the fusion writhe in pain as it felt the greatest agony ever felt.
I gave you one last chance to leave, but you decided to waste it. Now I'll exterminate you!
Goku would be able to eliminate Frieza with a powerful energy slingshot, but at that precise moment a new warrior would appear on the battlefield, stopping Goku's great attack.
I don't think your power would reach that much. The power is amazing. You made me use 35% of my power to stop your attack.
A new warrior would have appeared on the battlefield, stopping Son Goku's attack with extreme ease.
Who are you? And what are you looking for in this place?
My name is Raziel, and all I seek is the annihilation of all megaverses. This would return to see Frieza. I see that they have a great hidden power. They should not die here today. Raziel would make a technique which would make Frieza return to the floating castle. At the moment they arrived, Kronos would be surprised. What happened? How did they get back? Kronos, through his crystal ball, would observe everything that happened, noticing the warrior who was in front of the Golden Ozaru. It's impossible! They have sent Raziel! Flashback, Raziel was at the level of the Supreme Archangel. His power was so much that his archangels feared his power, until one day one of the archangels confronted him. Since he did not belong to that place, the battle that took place I carried out was terrifying for that multiverse. However, Raziel turned out to be a little stronger than that archangel, being able to defeat him. From that moment, all the other archangels feared his amazing power. Even the most powerful warrior knows the defeat at some point in his life. That's right, Raziel, overshadowed by the great power of the legendary Golden Ozaru, the Great Kakarot. Raziel would train non-stop until he found out that he would have been banished from his power, and millions of years later, he would be reborn without any of his memories or powers. Raziel, learning that the Golden Ozaru had already been reborn, allowed him to become much more powerful in order to have a worthy fight. End of flashback. Goku would get into a fighting pose. At that moment, Raziel would increase his fighting level a bit, causing a surprising gravity to drop throughout the place. The power of this guy is extreme! Even I find it hard to breathe. After a few moments, Raziel launched the attack. At the precise moment, Goku raised all his remaining power, since he knew that the beginning in front of him had to face him with all his power. Both warriors began with an incredible battle. Meanwhile, in the floating castle, Kronos was observing the great battle. Those two monsters, I don't know how the hell they have so much power. Meanwhile, in the underworld, Ryuk was a little surprised due to the powers that he perceived. We really should increase our powers much more. If not, we would be rivals for those guys. Returning to the battlefield, the clash of fists would continue, while they exchanged blows. You are disappointing me, Golden Ozaru. You really are not the one I faced millions of years ago. Did you and I already face each other? I don't remember you. At that moment, without warning, Raziel would launch a large ball of energy at him that would make Goku fall to the planet very badly injured. Raziel would rise into the air. Great Kakarot, Golden Ozaru, you have really disappointed me. I did not think that my rival would be so weak. Raziel would charge an even greater power. Nevertheless, by condensing much more power, the attack was slow, but Nin was the difficulty due to the gravity would heal Goku. I think I'll die if I don't use this technique, but I'll still die if that attack collides with us. Goku would then raise his power to the maximum, breaking all his limits. Kaioken! Enhance 100 times! The power that this would have released would be incredible, managing to return all that massive attack in a single blow. I knew you'd have much more power. That's Golden Ozaru. Show me what you're capable of. Goku, without warning, would begin to slaughter Raziel that would make him fall to the ground again and again. However, he would not have any scratches. Furious, Goku would concentrate all his power in his fist. Dragon God Destroyer! Explosive blow! An immense dragon would come out of his fist. Raziel would raise his power a little more and was able to stop that colossal attack with one hand. Everyone present was surprised. Impossible! I concentrate all my power in that attack. How did you stop it? You cannot have stopped it with one hand. Raziel would whisper something in the ear, and a strong blow to the back of his neck would knock him out. Raziel would rise to the sky. The Golden Ozaru made me use 45% of all my power. Just for that, I'll spare your lives this time. But don't get excited, because the next time we meet, we'll be enemies to the death. Raziel would disappear from that place. Meanwhile, in the floating castle, a very furious Kronos. What the hell is happening to Raziel? That damn had the power to exterminate him and he didn't do it.
The Golden Ozoru was the only one that made Raziel to feel defeat, and Son Goku is not at the level he was before. Most likely Raziel wants to defeat Son Goku when he has all his power, so he can defeat will be much more humiliating. Kronos would calm down a bit from the explanation that Yamoshi would have given him. Let's hope this doesn't get out of hand for Raziel. Returning to Nin's planet, Goku was very badly injured. Raziel would have left him in a terrible condition, that he was even on the verge of death. Nin would begin to heal him with his great power, but he would not wake up. What Raziel had not done was awaken a large part of his memories of the past, and that he would be able to overcome the Great Barrier of Power and gave him a great battle again, since it is the combat that he's waiting for. And the friends of Goku, they would be very worried. His ki is stable, and his wounds are healed. Why doesn't he wake up? No one present would be able to answer, and the only thing they could do was wait for the one hope to awaken. However, the Saiyans would be furious at not being able to help at all, and being prey to that incredible pressure would have crushed them as if the gravity was involved. They had it was insufficient to defeat the enemies that were about to face. On the other hand, in the mind of Son Goku, or to be more exact in his memories, he could observe the Golden Ozoru, who was the protector of all the multiverses and was loved by all these beings. However, from a different megaverse came 12 beings of great power called the Supreme Archangels. Everyone must kneel before us. We will be the new rulers of this multiverse. The Golden Ozoru, with the help of the Crimson Ozoru, were able to eliminate 6 of those archangels. However, the Crimson Ozoru, named Miroku, would also have fallen in battle. Since then, there are only 6 Supreme Archangels. Kakarot managed to escape, but in the beings that he trusted the most and the leaders of the great clans. They betrayed him by creating a powerful seal that'd be able to suppress much of his power and would make him perish imminently. But before he died, he used his technique to be able to be reborn and keep his memories sealed. What Raziel would have done was for all those memories to be recovered little by little, including his great power that was feared by the Supreme Archangels. Meanwhile, Raziel was in a very distant place. Son Goku, your power is not even 1/10 of the power you had before, so make yourself much more powerful and give me the battle that I've really longed for millions of years. Only you can be my rival. Meanwhile, in the floating castle, Kronos was talking to Akira. Raziel, believing himself to be the most powerful, he thinks that he can do whatever he wants. Hopefully he'll be defeated for being so trusting. No. If the Golden Ozoru defeats Raziel, the next on his list will be us. The most advisable thing is that those two kill each other, or when one of them's well wounded, we'll give him the coup de grace. I want to be the one to give him the damned Raziel the coup de grace. He took everything from me and humiliated me so many times. Meanwhile, in the training field, Frieza and Cell would be furious since they are training. They could not be at the level of Son Goku, where they would train harder to be able to take revenge on that damn monkey. However, returning to Nin's planet, everyone would be resting unannounced. Damn, do you think they would get away with them after having killed my younger brother, the Crimson Ozoru? I'll kill them one by one, I swear! Goku, being unconscious, would say a few words that would especially astonish Kurobi, since he would have heard the existence of the Crimson Ozoru. What is happening to my Goku? No one would know what this would be happening to him. Meanwhile, very far from that place, on an inhospitable planet, was Raziel. Son Goku, make yourself much more powerful, since I need your power to be the end of the negative energy once and for all, and you are the only one who can help me. Meanwhile, in the floating castle, Kronos was a little thoughtful since it would have been a few days until Ryuk would arrive at the castle and bow. Sir, in the underworld we have trained very hard in order to be of help in this great battle that's approaching. Are you so sure you have increased your battle power to a comparable level to be of help against the Golden Ozoru? Of course not, sir. I don't have the power, but he does. From the shadows would come a warrior that would make even Kronos tremble in the palace where they were located due to the great key that he initiated. Nice to meet you, Zeno-sama. My name is Dante, the servant of death. I'm under his orders. I think that Dante and the other 2 warriors you have training will be more than enough to defeat the Golden Ozoru. Keep in touch with Ryuk. Very soon I'll give the final attack. Ryuk and Dante would make a reference leaving that place. Cronus would call Susanoo. Go look at those 2 guys and tell me if their power has increased in a big way or not. Susanoo would go to the training field where Cell and Frieza would be in a fight, but before taking a powerful blow, Susanoo would appear in the middle of the 2, stopping their blows with extreme ease. I need you to raise all your power to the maximum and be able to dominate it. Both villains raised him. Cell would go to Super Saiyan Blue maximum power, while Frieza would go to Diamond Frieza maximum power, where his power would have risen to an incredible way. However, they would not be rivals for the Golden Ozoru. Susanoo would create a room so that his training would be much more effective. In this room, time passes differently. While here only 1 day passes outside, 10 years will pass inside. Train as much as you can, because soon you will face the Golden Ozoru again. Strongest training would have until then. Susanoo would return to Kronos. They did increase their fighting level, but it's still low. I make them train in another dimension and raise their powers much faster. Will gives them 3 days to train so that they can become more powerful at the end of those 3 days. They'll go to face the Golden Ozoru to help with Dante. I want to put an end to this once and for all. Kronos would be determined to end the life of the Golden Ozoru once and for all. Meanwhile, in another multiverse, there was another Archangel. Kronos is taking that Golden Ozoru to heart, but if the power he possesses is not compared to before, there is no reason to fear him. He is a poor insect who does not even have the power to destroy a multiverse. Returning to Nin's planet, they would continue waiting for Goku to wake up. However, he still hadn't woken up at that time. The Saiyans would have trained very hard to be of help in that great battle. 2 days had already passed since that guy. What they didn't know was that 3 extremely powerful warriors would be about to attack them. Without Goku's help, it would be very difficult for them. Meanwhile, Kronos was in the floating castle waiting for the 3 days to pass. Within the dimension, gravity little by little making it much complicated for Frieza and Cell. However, they got used to said gravity, which made their training much more effective. Cell and Frieza would have reached a level of incredible power that they never imagined being able to reach it when the 3 days were up. Susanoo would make these 2 leave said dimension, but when they left, the floating castle would tremble. That's right, the power of these 2 was unreal. Are you ready to end the Golden Ozoru?
Of course, we're ready to finish off that damn monkey.
This time, we will tear it to pieces with our bare hands.
Kronos would telepathically communicate with Ryuk.
Ryuk, bring Dante to the castle. Today, we will attack.
After a few moments, both would arrive at the floating castle. The moment they arrived, a great pressure was felt in the environment due to the power that it gave off.
Cell, Frieza, Dante, you are in charge of exterminating the Golden Ozoru.
The 3 warriors accepted the mission, and from one moment to another, they began to fly through the universe at an impressive speed, even distorting reality itself with their speeds. However, the one who flew the fastest was Dante. It would take them 25 minutes to arrive to Nin's planet. Meanwhile, on Nin's planet, everyone would be training while Nin would be watching Goku. However, from one moment to another, Kinoto would scream, "Stop! 3 giant powers are approaching fast. If they keep their speed, they will arrive in approximately 15 minutes. So get ready." The Nin goddess would heal every one of their wounds and make everyone recover their energy. Everyone would be ready to receive the new enemies. After those 15 minutes, the 3 individuals would arrive, where Frieza and Cell would observe Goku out of combat.
They're finishing, damn monkeys! Without that Saiyan, you are nothing!
At that precise moment, Dante would step forward, causing an impressive gravity to fall due to his overwhelming power.
do not trust. All of them keep great power. Do they want to be defeated again?
With the previous comment, Frieza and Cell got angry. They would raise their power, leaving everyone present amazed.
I'll take care of them too. Come and Kakaroto, you take care of that guy who I can feel's power is much higher than Frieza and Cell. But if they attack together, they will have a little more chance.
Thus, the battle would begin, where Kinoto would raise his power to the maximum and to be able to face Frieza and Cell together, who after training for so many years, their coordination was practically perfect. While Karma and Kakaroto, despite having raised their level power in a great way, they would not be able to give a single blow to Dante, who is only in charge of dodging and blocking.
I never thought to face a guy of this level, but we will exterminate you some way. Ha ha ha! And that they haven't seen anything.
Dante, at a flashing speed, would give them his shrapnel of blows, causing the place where they were to be destroyed, and causing them all to fall to the ground without being able to see anything.
What the hell? I can't see anything!
Dante would be with a smile on the top of the planet.
Ha 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 ha! I don't think you are allies of the Golden Ozoru, if your level of power is compared to simple ants.
Kakaroto and Karma, hearing what Dante said, would get even angrier, going to attack anyway. However, the result was the same. Meanwhile, in the floating castle, Kronos and Ryuk were observing the great battle that they would be having.
If all goes well, we will be victorious, and we will have the head of the Golden Ozoru. With that, we won't have to worry about that damn monkey anymore.
Going back to the battlefield, Kinoto would be very evenly matched with Frieza and Cell.
I see you have raised your power in an incredible way, but you will not be able to against me. Our separate powers are similar to yours, but let's see what happens when we merge.
Kinoto would launch at maximum speed to avoid it. However, it was too late. That's right, Free Cell would have appeared on the battlefield with a powerful blow that almost left him out of combat. He would crash into multiple rocks. Nin would be protecting Goku with an energy field.
Goku, please wake up. We need your power.
Meanwhile, with the battle, these would be in favor of the Archangel, since Karma and Kakaroto would also have received some good blows. Having great damage from Kinoto, he would be receiving some good blows that would not even defend him due to such overwhelming power at that moment. Free Cell of a powerful blow would send him to crash with Karma and Kakaroto. That's right, the three warriors would fall to the ground very badly wounded and completely defeated. Dante would create a large sphere of ki to exterminate them.
This is their end. There were no challenge. They didn't even help me to warm up, damn worms.
However, the attack would not collide with them. Dante, confused, would charge another sphere with even more power, and the same thing happened at that precise moment. Dante and Free Cell fell with a heavy blow, and a voice would resonate.
Did they think I'd let them exterminate my family?
That's right, Goku would have managed to wake up from that dream that almost ended his entire family and himself without having the opportunity to defend himself.
Goku finally woke up!
Of course I've woken up. I'm not going to let these damned ones finish off my loved ones.
Goku with a cold look would observe Free Cell.
I gave you one last chance, and you missed it. On this planet, it'll be your death.
Free Cell and Dante would put themselves in a battle pose, raising their power to the maximum. However, they did not realize Goku would have given them a flurry of blows, making them fall to the ground very badly injured. These two were surprised by such overwhelming power.
I see that the Golden Ozoru's not an insect after all. Your allies were garbage. They're not my allies. They're my family. You dare to hurt them. I will not forgive you.
Goku would start the attack where Dante and Free Cell would think they had an advantage being 2 against 1. They would be pressured more and more by Goku's powerful attacks.
This was good for warming up.
Meanwhile, Kinoto managed to hear what Goku said. Kinoto would be surprised.
How warm up? Hasn't he been using all his power?
Kinoto was not the only one surprised. That's right, Dante and Frieza would also have been in shock at that moment. Goku began to raise his power to incredible levels. Meanwhile, in a very distant place, Raziel, who is feeling such a brutal power. That's Kakaroto. Keeping increasing all your power, you still haven't even reached 50%. Recover all of your power fast. And finally, soon we'll be able to put an end to all that negative energy that corrupts the other gods and beings of great power. Returning to the battlefield, Goku would have increased his power in a chilling way. Ha ha ha! I think that with my 80%, it'll be more than enough. Goku from one moment to another teleported, appearing in front of Frieza. I told you that I've given you one last chance. Die! Attack of the Dragon God Destroyer! That's right, Goku exterminated Frieza with a single blow. At that moment, he was a little scared. What the hell? Since when do you have that immense power? When we arrived on this planet, your power reserves were almost at zero. Thanks to you, I've woken up. I could feel a great power that was going to collide with my planet and friends. That's right, you trusted since you could finish them off once and for all. But you gave me time to wake up. Like that now will be your end. Dante, a little scared, would raise all his power that was hidden. I do not think to die so easily. I will not die here. Meanwhile, in the floating castle, Kronos was surprised. That bastard is recovering all his power little by little. I think that I should be the one to finish off that damn monkey. Returning to Nin's planet, the battle would be totally in favor of Son Goku. The clash of his fists would be causing lightning to fall everywhere. Dante would already be very badly injured because he would have received some very good blows from Goku. Dante, you're a great warrior. I hope that in the future you'll be reborn as someone with a good heart, and we can have our revenge. But in the meantime, you die. Receive the power of increased 100 times! Dante would try to stop the great attack. He would not do anything to stop it or deflect it. Dante would be ashes. There'd be no trace of it. Goku would decrease his power and return to observe his friends. Is everyone alright? At that moment, Nin would go to hug Goku and kiss him. Son Goku, how did you awaken that immense power? Goku began to tell them everything that had happened. When Raziel knocked me out, he made me remember my past life. That's right, friends. I'm the legendary Golden Ozoru, and I know that I must exterminate all those damned since they killed my younger brother, the Crimson Ozoru. All these present were surprised. You must increase your powers much more since we're very close to the final battle. Nin, please create a much more powerful time room. I can't create a room like that since I don't have enough power to do it. Don't worry about that, Nin. I'll give you a large part of my power so that you can create said room. Goku would give him a large part of his power, where with that brutal power, he would be able to create the time room. All the warriors would enter to train. I don't know if I'm at the level of an archangel. However, you should be able to defeat me. No matter what method you use, you should be able to do it. Are you sure you can beat all of us together? They can't even give me a single hit. Karma, a little annoyed by that comment, would launch himself against Goku. At that precise moment, everyone else would follow by launching against Goku, but indeed, Goku did nothing but dodge all his attacks. However, at that very moment, would be much angrier since Goku was underestimating them too much. I'll attack too. Don't think that only you will do it. Goku in a single movement left everyone lying on the ground. At that moment, everyone would stand up with extreme difficulty. Show me what they're capable of, since together we must defeat them. Get ready. Now to be our turn to attack those damn archangels. What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.